Buying and assembling the Pota PERformer from a blind perspective.
Hey, what's up, blind hams? This is K6DXN. Yeah, the blind hams thing, when people tell me you're a blind ham, I tell them nope, I'm a ham operator who happens to be blind, but hey, to each his own. Today I want to talk to you about the Pota PERformer. There's videos out there. This is a KJ6ER repeater. Sorry, let me silence my phone here. KJ6ER is the designer of this antenna and tester, and he has plenty of videos out there you can check out, but I thought I would do a video from our perspective and from a layman's terms and how easy it is to build, put together, and operate as a blind person. So what I got here, I know some of you are low vision, some are like myself, totally blind, so I'm going to explain everything I've got and what I'm doing. This right here is a 48-inch tripod bag. Bought it on Amazon. I will provide links for everything. You don't have to buy exactly what I've bought, but you could give you kind of an idea of what I did. So this is a 48-inch tripod bag. It was under $20 on Amazon. I'm unzipping the tripod bag. First thing I have in here is the tripod itself. This is a very light tripod. That's good and bad. Good, it's light. Bad, it's light, right? So this is not even an antenna tripod. This is a pile PA speaker tripod made to hold up PA speakers for DJs. Again, under 30 bucks, works excellent for our purposes. So this tripod collapses down probably to about 3 feet, maybe 2.5, and extends out to probably 5 or 6 feet. And I'll explain where you want it and everything else. At the top of this tripod, I have a bracket that has U-bolts. It's made to mass mount a 3/8 inch threaded antenna. So that's bolted or U-bolted to the top of the tripod. That's where your antenna is going to screw into and where your ground radials are going to go, okay? So that's what we got here. I'm going to go ahead and deploy the tripod, not put it all the way up, just so it's sitting flat here. Well, my front yard isn't flat, but let's pretend it is. Okay. After that, in the bag, what I have here is the Chameleon. You can buy whatever brand you want. I like the Chameleon 213-inch telescopic whip. 213 inches gives you about 17 foot 9 inches. Very well built. This is the antenna right here. It's probably a damn near 1/2 inch around at the bottom. And this screws right into the mount, the bracket I was telling you about. I'm threading that in here. Again, I'm just throwing this together. I will provide videos of me transmitting on it and stuff and setting it up in the field. I'm not going to do that right now. Just want to give you an idea. So now we have the Chameleon 17-foot telescopic whip screwed in to the bracket, which is bolted to the top of the tripod. Next, what I have in here, and get these out, they're a real tight fit. These are what they call driveway markers. If you don't know what a driveway marker is, they're a fiberglass rod, about 3/8 of an inch. They measure 48 inches. They are spiked on one end, sharpened on one end, and they have a cap and like a reflective tape at the top. They're made for people's driveways back east and stuff so they can mark them off during, 2-3 foot of snow. I find these work perfect because they're non-conductive. What I have attached to these is the radials. Now the whole principle of this antenna is it's a vertical with 2, not 4, not 6, not 16, 2 elevated radials. The whole key of this thing, and if you want to watch this guy's video on why this thing works and all the testing he's done, check out KJ6ER on YouTube and you'll find him. He's real easy to listen to, and he explains everything. So I highly recommend his videos where I got the idea for this antenna. So now, the length of the radials. You can make different length radials. There's several ways to go on this. What I have on here now, they're wound up around the driveway markers, is 198 inches. 198 inches of, I don't know, this is 24 gauge or 22 gauge wire. The thickness of the wire does not really come into play. I would recommend thinner stuff, easier to work with. And on the end of this wire, I'm gonna unclip it because I keep them clipped to the pole just for keep them from tangling and stuff. These are clips that are like an alligator clip, but they're a lot heavier. I don't know. You guys remember the name of these clips?
Mueller.
I have my friends here. Jimmy, my friend NN6FMD is shooting this video, and I got K6GQP over here. We've all used this antenna. But these clamps, you can buy them at any hardware store or automotive. I will find out the name and I will post it.
M-U-L-L-E-R, Mueller.
Okay, M-U-L-L-E-R, Mueller clips. They're about $2-3 for a pack of 2. They have a screw in them where you can just strip your wire back and put it on the screw. We went ahead and soldered them on. Doesn't have to be done, but these clips now can clip, and I'm going to show this in the video, Jimmy, if you can get this up close. You open this clamp and slide it right on to there, just like that. Okay, I want to point out too that Jimmy scraped all the chrome off of this so we can get a good solid steel conductive there. But you clamp your 2 radials on here. Now these radials, once they're clamped on, you just walk them out, right? I'm unspooling and unspooling it. And when you get to the length you want, it's in the ground. Now your radial's up. Now this tripod, again, you want to put your tripod up at around 52 to 53 inches at the base of the antenna where the bracket is. That is key. The testing that KJ6ER did at 52 to 53 inches is optimal. Now these radials, if you want to put them at 180 degrees, you're going to get more of an omni pattern. What we like to do is put them in a 45 degree, like a V pattern. Now wherever the center of that V is pointing, that's where you're going to get your gain, more gain, I should say. And let me tell you, this antenna works phenomenal. We used it yesterday around the corner from my house. 55 contacts, was it, Jimmy? Yeah, 55 contacts in less than an hour. And that's 3 of us passing the microphone around. So, and we were working everywhere. I've talked to Russia on this antenna. I've talked to all over Canada. I've talked to the Caribbean on this antenna. This antenna, as long as the band, of course, is open, this antenna performs. And I'm telling you, it outperforms an end-fed. It outperforms everything else we've tried. Very cheap to build. The most expensive part to build or to buy is the whip itself. The Chameleon antenna costs around $69 at HRO is what I paid for mine. Your mileage may differ. So that's what we got, is the 2 radials, which are the driveway markers with the wire, right? Another thing I want to point out on the radials, if you want to run 10 meters, 15, 17, you could either cut these radials and put a splice with, like, say, spade connectors, and then you just put like a little jumper in between, non-conductive, made of paracord or something, and that will break up the radial at the length you want. I chose not to do that because they like to pull apart and stuff when I'm stretching out the radials. I would recommend just make yourself a set of 10 foot, 15, 17, not 10 foot, 10 meter, 10, 15, 17, whatever you want. Right now, we're just using the 20. 20's been open. That's what we're using. And then, of course, when you do operate 10 meters, 15 meters, you're going to want to you're going to have to adjust your whip length. Now, on this whip, the one I have, the 213 inch, I find extended it all the way, bring down 3 full sections at the bottom, and maybe another 4 inches or so, and you will have under a 1.5 to 1 match across the whole 20 meter band. But again, that can change with different soils, different climates, different areas. But that's roughly what you're going to do. You're going to lower that thing, use your talking watt meter or use your analyzer if you're able to see one of those. I'm not. And you will have no problem, and you will make a lot of contacts. Any questions you have for me, I will leave my contact information. I'm good on QRZ. Again, my call sign is Kilo 6, Delta X-Ray November. Some of you guys hear me on the Blind Hams Bridge. Joel asked me to do this video, so I am doing this video. And any help I can give you or anything, I'm more than happy to help, because I'm super excited about this antenna, and I hope you will be too. Hey, peace out.
What is in the bag?
All right, Also in this bag, what's nice about this bag is you can keep everything in one bag. Just grab and go, right? I have 50 foot of RG8X here. You don't need 50 foot. I like using 50 foot because you never know where you're setting up if you're gonna need 50 foot, a 25 foot run, whatever you want. But important, chokes, 1-to-1 choke. Now you can purchase a 1-to-1 choke. Palomar makes one. Or what I have on here is 7, and yeah, that is important, 7 of these ferrite beads. They're clipped on close together, all pretty much at the feed point. I have 7. 7 is the magic number there. Don't ask me why, but that's what the ham guys that are professional, and I just pretend to be. So that's what we have here is the coax. That fits in the bag. Also, if you want to carry this with you, I like to have a little mallet. Again, on Amazon, 11 bucks for this mallet. You can pound in your spikes, your ground radial driveway markers for when the soil is hard. Most of the time, though, you can just push them in. They don't have to go in very far, just as long as they keep the radials up off the ground.
Thank you to KJ6ER for his antenna design and making it readily available to the public.